Hello everyone, I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Elden Ring. Last we left off, we did Inner Ilum. Yep, did the whole thing. Well, actually, the first thing we did is we went to right outside the Northern Mausoleum. I think it's over here. Yeah, this thing right here. Yeah. We actually started over there because once we lifted once we burned the ceiling tree, lifted the shadow on the tower, we were able to finally get the last of the painting rewards. And it is over by the Northern Mausoleum. I think I marked it on the map actually. Yeah, that's right here, right about there. Yep. And the reward was the spiral tree seal, which is meh. It's a mediocre seal for us. It does increase the power of the Spira incantation, and that's it. That's the only thing it increases. Well, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's the only one. So it's like, the only use for it is in the offhand if you ever use Spira, but Spira is okay incantation anyway. So we just got it for collection's sake. Yep. And then after that, we visited the Hornsent Grandma, where she had new dialogue for us. I'm pretty sure the trigger for that was actually, again, burning the ceiling tree, lifting the shadow on the tower. So, yep. So she was like, oh my god, it finally happened, yay! And she gave us a gourmet scorpion stew. Yep. In fact, we have two of them. Where are they? Right here. Yep. Gourmet scorpion. I'm pretty sure you're only intended to have one, but there is a difference. One line at the bottom. But it's enough to differentiate them, allowing us to have two. So, though I'm not sure if we can actually get any more. We probably can, but I don't think we can get any more right now. Yep. And after that, we came back to Inner Ilum, where we climbed the tower. Yep. Fought through Divine Bird Warrior at the beginning, a bunch of Inquisitors and Manflies, grabbed some Revered Spirit Ashes. I think there was a Rune Arc in there somewhere, the Spira Incantation. What else was there? Some upgrade materials. Yeah. And then after that, we encountered our first Divine Beast Warrior. Yep. Yeah, those guys, probably the toughest non-boss enemies, respawning non-boss enemies you'll probably fight. Yeah, they take a pack a punch. The first one likes to invoke lightning, so if he spots you, he's going to call in a storm, and he's going to shoot lightning bolts at you and all that fun stuff. So, but luckily, he didn't give us much trouble, so we beat him up, and then we had to climb the Staircase of Doom. Yep, where there was two Hornsent shamans, I think they're what they're called. Shamans of some sort. Yeah, they cast down a barrage of Spira all along the staircase once they spot you. So, yeah, you better be quick. But the best way to deal with them, I think, is to use either like Assassin's Gambit or Hidden Body or both, just to kind of sneak up on them. So you can at least get close enough so you can avoid the little Spira barrage for the most part. Yeah, so use that, kill the first one on the stairs, continue up the stairs past the Inquisitor to the door, because once you get to the door, the other one kind of stops Spira barraging. As long as you have the Hidden Body effect on, he'll stop. And so, took care of the other one as well, because then we needed to kill him so we can backtrack down the stairs to take the little side secret path of the tower. It'll lead us back down into a section in the Ballarat Tower settlement. There was, I think, some more Inquisitors. We had a journey along ledges, jumped through a window, fought a giant scorpion spider, took on another Divine Beast Warrior, although this one doesn't really invoke anything. I think he's just a plain Divine Beast Warrior. But you find him on stairs, so it's a little tricky. But yep, get past him. And at the bottom is the Twin Blade Euphoria, a very fun twin blade. Yes, it's very fun. Although we won't be using it this playthrough because we're at the end, so it's definitely a New Game Plus weapon that's really fun to use. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, if you can get Weapon Luster up by hitting things and you can get the weapon skill off, you become a holy Death Star. Yeah, that's how powerful it is. I do think they nerfed it a little bit, but it's still pretty strong. Yep. And after that, we went back up the tower to continue climbing up. Took on some grave birds, but since we know those live in death, golden epitaph, holy water pots, bam, done. One shot, one kill. We like it. Yep. And after that, we encountered our third Divine Beast Warrior, the tricky one that invokes Frost, who fights on a rooftop. Yeah. If you're not careful, he will knock you off the ledge, and he likes to imbue himself with like a frost aura when he does his little wombo combo. So if you block his attacks or dodge them, you're still going to get frosted, which is sucks. But again, luckily, he played along. Wasn't too bad, but we got lucky again. So, I mean, there is, I think, a way to kind of cheese him off a ledge. I've seen it done once or twice, but I don't know how to do it. So, I think you have to, I don't know, I think he has to do his little stomp attack, which close to a ledge, and it kind of pushes him forward off the edge. I don't quite know the specifics, but I know there's a way. All right. Nope, sorry about that. Thought something fell down, but anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. Divine Beast Warrior, Frost, yeah. But luckily we got through him. Continued up the tower, some more Inquisitors. Found these Horned Warrior Spirit Ash, and the one with the giant great sword. So I don't think he's as good as Ornus, but he is still pretty tanky, so not a bad choice. Let's see. Yep. Continued up, more Inquisitors, and then we took on the last of the Divine Beast Warriors. Yep, Mr. Storm himself. Yeah, he likes to invoke the aspect of the storm, so he'll throw tornadoes at you and all that stuff. So, but again, luckily, didn't give us too much trouble. Yep, and when we defeated him, he's the one who gives us the Horned Greatsword. Yeah. Yeah, the one you see throughout the DLC, but you couldn't get. Yeah, he's the one that gives it to you. So you only get one. Yeah, even though he respawns, he only drops it once. I mean, it is a really powerful weapon. Probably won't be using it because I don't really care for the giant great swords, or curved swords anyway. It's a great curved sword. Yeah, so I don't really care for him, so won't be using it. Yep. And after that, we backtracked a little bit. Hopped down, took on a Curse Blade in a confined space. Never fun. But he was guarding a somber ancient smithing stone, so definitely worth it. After that, we did the Leda fight. Put on our NPC Begone getup, minus the bleed part because they don't really bleed that much. But yep. And then we took on Redman Freya, Moore, Dryleaf Dane, and Needle Knight Lita. Yep. Yeah, and it was those four against us, Sir Ansbach, and Tholier. Yep. So it was a 4v3. Yep. So, again, we got lucky. Yes, we got lucky. The AI cooperated in that one. Because Redmane Freya and Moore they had enough armor to poise through our attacks, but luckily they really didn't do it. Well, they did it once or twice, but it could have been a lot worse, I'll say that. Just used Waterfowl Dance to kind of burst them down as quickly as you can, so you can keep it like 1v1, 1v2 in our favor. So, yeah. Burst down Redmane Freya, then focus on Moore, and then deal with either Dryleaf Dane or Lita, whichever one's kind of separated, closer anyway. So, yep. So, luckily we only got it in one try. It could have been 4 or 5, but luckily it was only once. And after that, we picked up the items they dropped. Moore's bell-bearing armor set and shield. Redmane Freya's sword and armor. Dryleaf footworks, or Dane's footwork, and Leda's armor. Yeah, we got her sword at the end of the fight, so we have her weapon and her armor, so yay. Yeah, her sword's is a light great sword, so I do like it. It is actually good for us. I think it's mostly faith and dex, I think think I still have it. Yeah, right here. Yep, Dex and Faith. Oh yeah. So it's going to be good for us. Yep, and after that, we talked to Sir Ansbach, and then we made it here at the foot of the gates of divinity. Oh boy. Yep, and that was it. Between episodes, I didn't do anything, so all our stuff's going to be the same. All our stats are the same, so. Yep. And for today, we'll be finishing up Elden Ring. Yep. Excuse me. First order of business, take on Promised Consort Radon. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. That's probably going to take multiple tries. To be honest, if it takes too long, I'll cut it out, a bunch of it, but hopefully it doesn't take more than 4. But, yeah, so we'll take him on, gather the stuff, and then we'll go back to the Ur Tree, take on Radagon and Elden Beast. Yeah, they should be a lot easier, but, yeah. Although Radagon's going to be the issue, Elden Beast is going to be a piece of cake, because he is, yeah, you'll see. It's really wow. Yep. And after that, we'll do the final cutscene credits, and that's it. And that should be Elden Ring finished up. Man, kind of bittersweet feeling in my right now, but first things first, we gotta get through this roadblock of a man. Yep. And our equipment for today: Bloody Uchi Katana plus 25. Mainly for the bleed, though I doubt we'll bleed him first phase, because during the phase transition, his resistances reset. So, yeah, it'll probably bleed second phase, not first. So, we'll see. Got Sacred Infused Misericord, because the name of the game is Parry. We're going to try and parry him to death. I think it's the easiest way to deal with this fight. So, and if we're lucky, his AI will kind of put some of his moves on repeat that we can just parry back to back to back. So, let's hope. Seal, shield, my little, I'm not quite sure what to call it. I'll just call it my Elden Lord getup, because I just like it. Yeah, it's one of my top 3 favorite armor getups. Mm-hmm. Black Knife Hood, Freya armor, Death Knight group gauntlets, Tree Sentinel greaves. Oh yeah, pretty balanced resistance, pretty balanced negations as far as I believe. Yeah, I say pretty balanced. We have the Giant Crest Great Shield, so it's kind of skewed. Yeah, pretty balanced. All right. Yep, Elden Lord get up. That's what I'm gonna call it. Got the Giant Crest Great Shield because that's the primary damage against us. Well, wholly in the second phase, but hopefully it shouldn't be that bad. Hopefully. I mean, he will do physical, fire, magic, and holy. So he runs the gambit. So Crimson Sea Talisman +1, just so we can stretch our Crimson Flask. Dagger Talisman, again, because we're going to be parrying. Hopefully this will speed the fight up. Two-headed Turtle, because we're going to need stamina whenever we dodge or parry or block or both, or all. Yeah. So Two-headed Turtle is just really good. So this is going to be our initial setup. If I have to change it, I will change it, but hopefully I don't have to. Yep, we loaded up the Crimson Flask. 14 out of 14, because they're not going to be doing spells. He's too aggressive to do spells, so it's like, there's no real point. Flask has Green Burst Hard Tier, standard setup. Fire Coils, couldn't really think of anything here. Crab, could probably use the Holy Pickle for this one, but we'll stick with the Crab for now. And Miquella's Great Rune, so whenever he grabs us, we can hopefully use this to take the debuff off us. Yeah. Yep. Here's stats. Max Strato Tree Blessing, Max Revere Spirit Ash Blessing, because the rest of that stuff was in Inner Ilum, so we did find everything. Yep. Got Radon's Rune, just Golden Vow, probably only get it off at the phase 1 before we enter, so yeah. We might be able to do it again once he does his little meteor smash thing, whatever you want to call it, near the end, but I only expect to cast it once, so oh well. Yep. And Radon's Great Rune just for more health and stamina mainly, so. All right. Shall we get this Show on the road. Yeah. Consort Radon. Yep. He has a ton. If I remember right, phase 1, he has no negation against Holy. So use Holy for phase 1. For phase 2, he gets 40% Holy negation to match with all his other ones. I think he runs 40% for everything except Thrust. Thrust is only 10%. So if you want to go pure physical, use a thrust of some sort. Spear, thrusting sword, whatever. So the real challenge is going to be phase 2. Yeah, because phase 1's not that bad. I actually kind of enjoy phase 1 a little bit. Reimagining of the Radon fight, but it's fair. I think it's fair. Phase 2 is where it gets challenging. Mainly because all of his attacks now have a little holy after effect to it, or after attack to it. It's, ugh. So if you don't get your dodging direction right, you're going to get blasted with holy. So it's like, ugh. Some of his phase 1 attacks get additional attacks to him, like his Starcaller gets additional stuff, his Meteor attack gets additional stuff. Yeah, it's nuts. But luckily, most of his combos are the same. So if we can parry them in phase 1, you should be able to parry them in phase 2. So yeah, I know what I have to do. Whether I do it, that's another question. So if I die, it's on me. And hopefully I don't die too often, too badly. But again, his little meteor attack is probably one of the main issues with phase 2, because it's just so hard to deal with. Like if you mess up once, you're going to get clobbered. Because he does so much damage that he'll take you from full to nothing in like 3 hits. It's crazy. Yeah, he also has a grab attack in phase 2. You have to be grabbed 2 times in a row in order for it to be an instant KO. So, but if you have Miquella's Great Rune, if you get grabbed once, it applies a debuff. But if you have Miquella's Great Rune, it will actually remove the debuff, so you can be grabbed again without being killed instantly. But if he grabs you again with the debuff on, it'll appear over your head, so you'll know when you have it. So if you get grabbed again with a debuff on, KO. So his grab attack isn't too hard to dodge, but knowing me, I'll probably miss it once or twice. But luckily, I do have the Great Rune, just in case. Yeah, his little meteor crash, I know how to deal with that, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. When he jumps up to do it, stand still for a second, and then book it parallel to wherever you're facing. Because I believe he comes in wherever you're facing, like right at you. But it takes him a second for him to, align his shot. So after a second, book it. So, and he should miss you, hopefully. As far as I remember, that's how you avoid it. So we'll put it to the test when we get there. But what else is there? That's mainly it. Just gotta dodge in the right direction, parry when you can, and hopefully not mess up. But so it's really gonna be on me. Yep. We could summon Tholier or Ansbach, though I do not recommend it because Radon kills them really quickly, and summoning them gives them extra health, defenses, damage, the gambit. So it's like, it's not worth it. So yeah, it's going to be us. I'm not even going to summon a Spirit Ash, so because I don't want to because it messes with his AI, so I don't want to deal with that. So it's going to be us and him. This is my first time since his fight rework, so hopefully I still have it, but we'll see. All right. Well, bow. Lead a crab. We'll save our flask for phase 2. Let's go.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival. Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return. so that he may be my consort.
Alright. What's our tempo gonna be like? Nice. That attack can be blocked, I mean parried. So. Oops, too late. There we go. Yeah, that's why I got the Sacred Misericord. Come on. Nope. That's what we want to see. Come on. Phase 2.
Lord brother, at long last you are returned. Tarnished one, aspiring lord of the old order, if you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Miquella, and my promised consort, Radahn.
What you gonna do? Alright, that works. Good, you didn't do the follow-up. Oops. Need a heal here. Oh, we're dead. Yep. Heal, don't attack, heal. Thank you. Just heal, just heal. There we go. Clipped at the end. Alright, we need a heal. Oop. There we go. Stab him and heal. Just heal. Alright. Wait for a second and just book it. Nope. Alright. He comes in a different direction. Never mind. I messed up. Really? Why are you doing it right there? Heal. Take out every opportunity to heal. You actually can block that if you have to. Nice. Just heal. Don't roll away. Why are you rolling away? Game, set, and match. Holy fuck. I can't believe I fucking did that. Hold on. I need to step away for a second. Oh, man. My hands are shaking like crazy. Promised Consort Redon. Okay. I cannot believe I just did that. My hands are freaking shaking. I got so nervous there because I messed up on this little stupid cross chop. Like, heal, tank it. No, don't take it. Don't roll away. What are you doing? But, and I think I messed up on his little meteor crash as well, where he jumps up and comes back down. I don't think I gave him enough time to set his incoming. Though I think he comes in from that direction no matter what. Actually, no. Hold on. Yes, because we were facing that way. Okay. I think I messed up on that. I didn't give him enough time to set his destination. So, yeah, that one's on me. Oh. That bleed proc near the end, that came in clutch. Thank God it happened. I knew it was going to happen, but I wasn't sure how long it would take. Touch memory.
Lord, brother. I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort. I'll make the world a gentler place.
Circuit of Lights. Yep. Remembrance of God and our Lord. Yep. In their childhood, Miquella saw in Radon the Lord, his strength and his kindness, that stood in stark contrast with their afflicted self. And so Miquella made his heartfelt wish that Radon would one day be his king consort. That sounds to me like it was one-sided. Yeah, it just mentions, Miquella like looked up to Radon because of his strength and his kindness, and he made a heartfelt wish, but to who? That Radon one day becomes consort. So, did he give his wish to Radon? Did something else? I don't know. I think Radon's still being played here somewhere. I have a feeling that's what happened. Um, yeah. Circuit of Lights. Yeah, increases intelligence, faith, and arcane by 1 for each, and boosts Miquella Light's incantation that you get from the remembrance. Yeah, this circle was to be the very foundation upon which Miquella's Age of Compassion would be built, should it ever come to pass. Yep. It has begun to fade into nothingness. Oh yeah, because Miquella is gone. Yep. Let us go together. Yep. If you get grabbed 2 times by Radon, you actually get that gesture once you die. So if you don't get grabbed twice by Radon, it'll be here when you beat him. Otherwise, you get it when you get grabbed twice. So yeah. Okay, I think I'm calmed down now a little bit. Hands are still kind of shaky. And no, I didn't practice on him. I did, when I first beat him, it took me like several hours over 2 days to finally do it. And it was before they got reworked. So I still have some muscle memory, so that's good. Is Onspock still down there? No, he's not. All right. Yeah, and I was ready to sit here for who knows how many tries. I figured at least 4 or 5. I can't believe I got it first. God damn. I almost died there too. I'm like, just stop. Just drink. Yeah, I think that Crimson Sea talisman definitely came in handy because it heals a lot more than just, the base. I think at plus 12, the flask heals, I want to say like almost 900, give or take. I'll double check. And then the Crimson Seed plus 1 like gives you 30% of that. So it's like over 1,000 per heal. So we're healing like half our health with each chug. So that's really good. So I think that came in really good handy. Turtle Talisman, always good. Never go wrong with that in a fight. Dagger Talisman just helped it go along faster. Dragon Crest is just so we didn't die as quickly. But so yeah. Golden Braid probably would have been a better choice. But yeah. Yep. Then we collect what's left of Thulier. Thulier's hidden needle and his armor set. Over here, Sir Onspock. His armor set, his weapon, and his incantation. Oof. Yep, Furious Blade of Onspock. Marked differently from the finesse swordplay of the Dynasts, this is an aggressive last resort of an incantation that gave rise to Onspock's fearsome reputation. Yep. Yep, you basically use your hand to carve out, blood flame. It's really cool looking. Not quite sure how good it is, but it looks cool. Signature weapon, the Pure Blood Knight's Onspock. A viciously keen and slender scythe made for combat. The obsidian edge rarely does not relies upon not trickery to fulfill its violent purpose. Only well-honed skill is required to rip and rend through foes, sowing blossoms of red upon the battlefield. Yep. Another dynastic Ash of War. Yep. Yep. A lot of decks, some arcane. We could probably make use of it. Not in this playthrough, but in a new game plus, yeah, definitely. But yep, Onspock. Blood Oath and Dynastic Skills. Yep. similar to Roger's. Like it's dynastic skills like sickle play, the Helus. I think there's one other one. I know it's those two. There might be another one. And Blood Flame stuff like this one for sure. I don't know about all of them, but I know this one for sure. So, yep. Ansbach understood that keeping his oath and his old master was not an act of logic, nor would it bear any justice, but it was for these very reasons he was unable to let go. Yep. But an old fear lurks beneath together with the cold, unflinching discipline that once honed his blade, now employed to enhance blood oath and dynastic skills. Iron Mask of Sir Ansbach, giving the appearance of a quiet, wise, old, bearded man. Was he actually old? Who knows? Who wields poison in secret. Yep, silver hair is arranged in the same style as St. Trina's, increasing arcane. I think it's like 3 points. It's a good amount, I think. I mean, I could throw it on just to check, but... Additionally, countless needles are sewn into the exterior, apparently for talismanic effect. So that's all in needles, not actual needlework. Increases arcane. Just once, Tholier was granted the sweet repose of velvety sleep. The remainder of his days would be spent attempting to recapture it. Yep. The man was an addict. Like St. Trina, who blossomed in the deep purple garden, a rich poison is secreted from within, which stands its victims into eternal sleep. Yep. These things are busted. If you one-handed and your charge R2s come out quick, and they do 30 stance damage. So you can get in a ton of stance damage really quick with this thing. I've seen it happen. It is nuts. Yeah. But again, it's a fist weapon, so you have to be really close to get anything out of it, so... All right. We'll keep that there. Alrighty then. Yep, DLC is done. Wait, nope. We got one more spot. Almost forgot. Because it's his other half. We fulfilled her dying wish. St. Trina's Blossom. St. Trina's life withered and fell, as fleeting as the seasons. At her last, she left a single water lily. Slightly boosts max FP. Yeah, slightly. Yeah, it really is slightly. But it's a helmet, so... despite the velvety purple hue, the flower is in no way poisonous. It merely blossoms in quietude. Yep. Hello, cat. Yes, kitty. Hold on, there's a cat here. Just give me a second. What? All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. I try to close the door so the cat wouldn't get in, but I guess I didn't close it all the way. So when kitty wants love, she wants love. So. Yeah, it was a bunch of stops, or I'm trying to find my right words. A bunch of pausing, a bunch of resuming, a bunch of pausing again because she kept coming back, wanting some more. I'm like, enough, cat. So now she's finally gone. So I'll probably edit out all the stop and goes between. But Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't even remember anymore. Yeah, whatever. Yep. St. Trina's bloom. Yep. Or blossom, not bloom. Blossom. Yep. Yep. St. Trina dies when you defeat Miquella because I guess they're two halves of the same being. So if one dies, the other one dies too, I guess. Yeah. But we fulfilled her wish. We prevented Miquella from becoming a god. So. All right. Is there anything else we need to do? I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, the Grandma probably doesn't have anything more to say. I think she's resting. All right. Let's head back to the lands between, to the Elden Throne, so we can take on Radagon and Elden Beast. Yep. All right. Yeah, again, I think the MVP of the Radon fight was the Crimson Sea Talisman here. I think that just... I think it really did help out. The extra 30% to heals is just... Did I want to say? Yeah, because I think it gave us like over 1,000 heal per chug, so it's like, yep. It allowed us to stretch our healing flask out if we had to, but I don't think we had to do healing that much. Actually, we did use quite a bit, but... Alright. Two-handed, sure. Maybe try... Flock Canvas for Radagon. Yeah, these two are going to be for the Elden Beast phase. Yeah. Because I do plan on using Pest Threads, and you'll see why. So this should increase the damage of them, and this should allow us to cast it a little bit faster, but because we are near the max cast speed, so this should push us all the way to the edge. So hopefully you can get a bit more cast out. Although, to be honest, it's not necessary, but it just makes me feel better. All right, so what do we want for the last one? Could do Dragon Crest. I mean, can't go wrong with Dragon Crest. What did I put? Okay, there we go. All right, so what was I saying? For the last talisman slot, could stick with the Crimson Seed. You know, you never know when you might heal. Although two-headed might be useful as well. Although I don't expect to have stamina issues for Radagon Elden Beast, but we'll have enough FP. I think our health is already pretty decent. Golden Braid. So I know the elements for Radagon and Elden Beast, they both use holy damage, so this could always be useful. I am able to weave some charge attacks between Radagon's recoveries, some of his attack recoveries, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll stick with the Dragon Crest. Can't go wrong with the Dragon Crest. In fact, let me just clean this up. I like having it. I know I am particular. Alright. I think that should be good. Oh, get our Crimson Flasks. I am going to have... I'm going to need like one or two. I think two would be fine. Spells. Pest Threads for... Oops. Pest Threads for... Elden Beast, and we want Golden Vow. Alright. Oh, we need to change the Ash of War as well. I want Giant's Hunt, just for the stance damage it'll do. Should give us, what, almost 36 stance damage per use? I mean, a charged R2 is probably better, but the Giant's Hunt comes out a bit faster, so. hopefully, I am aiming for a stance break on Radagon, so at least one. Let's stick with Arcane. Alright. We need to fix this up. Let's see. I'll slap Orange back on, though I won't be summoning him. I want Exalted Flesh. Yeah. You know what? Slap on Mimetier just in case. I don't plan on using him, but we'll see. Yeah, Fire Coil. Alright. Yeah, so, first up would be Radagon of the Golden Order. Yep. He is weakest to fire. I think he has either a 0% or like -20 to fire damage negation. So, if you're going to fight in melee, use a fire weapon. He is susceptible to poison, rot, and frost. So, but he's immune to bleed, sleep, and madness. Yeah, his resistances aren't that bad, but they are kind of high. I would say I'll say normal. I don't even know what normal is, but it will take a little bit to inflict a status on him. But so if you want a status, use one of those three. I think he has 120 stance, I believe, question mark. I think it's 120. He can be parried, though it takes 3 parries through do or riposte. I'm not too familiar with the timing, so I don't want to do it. He also has a tendency to, if you parry him, he tends to like to follow up with a quick grab attack. So, yeah, just be careful. Actually, now that I think about it, I am kind of worried. No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let's see. He has a grab. It's similar to Elimer's or the Bellberry Hunter grab. I think you can jump it, but it's probably just easier just to dodge it. So, at I think about half health, he'll either do a ground stomp or he'll teleport. I'm not quite sure which move indicates his little phase transition. It's at that point he'll introduce some of his holy spell attacks. Holy spears, holy kind of like darts. So once he does his little, either his stomp or his teleport, yeah, he'll gets kind of aggressive at that point, or more aggressive, I should say. Yeah, so he'll spam his little spells at a distance. He'll swing his hammer. Yeah, it gets a little bit hectic, but excuse me. But hopefully we don't have to deal with it. But I might have to deal with it a little bit. What else? Yeah, I think it's probably covered most of it. So yeah, use a fire weapon. Stick kind of close. He does like to use delay attacks, but I should be okay because I have fought him quite a few times, so I should know him fairly well. But so if I get my butt kicked, it's on me. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll see. Let's see. Yep. Then after Radagon is Elden Beast. Yeah, he should be pretty easy. He always starts this fight with a breath attack, which allows you to kind of run up to him, kind of get behind him, and you can just wail on him until he recovers. For us, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because once we beat Radagon, we'll redo our Golden Vow. And then once we get into the Elden Beast fight, we'll probably chomp on Exalted Flesh? I don't know. We'll try to do an Exalted Flesh somewhere. I want both Vow and Exalted Flesh just so we get the fight faster, but I might have to just stick with the Vow then. Yeah, because once we get into Elden Beast, we'll run to his back and just start spamming Pest Threads. And hopefully by the time he finishes his little breath attack, recovers from it, we'll have chunked like half his health, hopefully. So, but yeah, Elden Beast likes to worm away from you. He likes to keep distance. So, but luckily, FromSoft was kind enough to allow us to use Torrent in the fight now. Though I probably won't just because I'm stubborn. But yeah. Yep, he likes to use... Yeah, Elden Beast is weakest to physical damage. I think all of his physical damages are 10% negation. So if you want to fight Elden Beast with a melee weapon, just stick with pure physical. I think his elementals are all 40%, except Holy, which I believe is 80%. I'll have to double check, but it's pretty high. Yeah, and if Elden Beast is at distance from you, he will spam holy projectiles, either with his sword or by summoning like little things or what's it called? I'm not quite sure what you want to call it, because Elden Stars is a particular move where he'll grab his sword with the other hand, kind of sweep it across, and then he'll let loose a little, like a holy element that kind of follows you around, spewing projectiles at you. And no, it cannot be Karian retaliated. I have tried. It can't be. So, yeah, that's Elden Stars. He'll do another thing where he'll launch holy bolts into the air that come raining down on you. The best way I know how to deal with that is kind of sprint in a wide circle. Yeah. If you sprint in a wide circle, just kind of like this, you should mostly avoid it. Maybe get hit once or twice, like ankle biters, but you should be fine. Yeah. And when he floats up into the air, summons a ring around you, hop the ring and just get out of it. So, yeah. He has a grab attack, which is really powerful. It is purely holy damage. So, if he does grab us with that, he'll either probably kill us or almost kill us. Yeah, but hopefully he doesn't do it. But we'll see. All right. And Elden Beast is immune to all statuses, so don't even bother trying to rot him or anything. He's immune to all of it. So, all right. Is there anything else? No, I think we're good. All right. Excuse me. So again, I won't be summoning just because. So, all right. Let's get flashbanged. You're gonna do your 3-piece. Nope. No, sir. All right. Oops, too soon. Yeah. Ow. I'll take it. I don't care. Radagon and Elden Beast. Ooh, all right. Not too bad. Yeah, I kind of messed up a little bit at the beginning of the Elden Beast fight, but other than that, perfect. I loved it. All right. Yeah. Colossal sword. I like the Fire Knight Great Sword for Radagon. It has the alternate moveset, so it has like a good kind of fast swing, and Giant Sun's just a really good Ash of War overall. Yep. And Elder Beast, just, best threads. All right. Yeah. We can't warp out, so we have to tag the Grace. You can leave if you want. You don't have to do this right away. You can come back. So once you tag the Grace, you can leave and come back. We'll do that because I'm still trying to decide what kind of ending I want. So let's go to the round table hole. Just kind of check out some of the stuff. And we'll take a quick talk to these guys, see if they have anything to say. I don't think so, but
I see.
Yeah. Now. Nothing, even though I just slain the Elden Beast, huh? Alright. Okay, let me think. Well, I thought I already marked all these things. Why are they marked again? Yeah. Remembrance of God and our Lord. Yeah, in their childhood, he had a one day beat King Kong. Yeah. Again, I thought, this basically, the way I think it's, I think Radagon's being forced against his will, I believe. So, it was the vassal beasts of the greater will and living incarnation of the concept of order. Yep. That's the Elden Beasts. Yep. And I think, this is just my thought, but I believe America's ultimate goal was to kill the Elden Beast, to rid this land between of the influence of the greater will, and by extension the Elden Beast, and then by extension the Two Fingers. Yeah, because Ymir said the Two Fingers are already rotten, so the Golden Order was based on rotten stuff. Yeah. So I think her goal was to free herself from well, maybe not rid the lands between, but at least free herself from its influence. And the only way to do that was to kill the Elden Beast. The only way to draw out the Elden Beasts, again, it's the concept of order. And what's the opposite of order? Chaos. And how do you make chaos? War. Lots and lots of war. Lots of fighting. So I think that's kind of why she broke it. Yeah. I think she helped Ronnie get a piece of the Rune of Death to kick off the the shattering and all that. America. At least that's what I think. But so yeah. Yep. Yeah, and I think she chose the Tarnished for that task because the Tarnished are outside the Order. Yeah, because they're graceless beings, one devoid of light, as Mesmer would say. Yeah. And I think Gideon, I want to say, touched on it. I still don't know what he thought, but he found out something, or he probably found out what America wanted, which, if it's to rid themselves of the Golden Order and all that stuff, of the greater will, and I think it shook Gideon to the core, and you cannot do this. If you do this, bad things will happen. At least that's what I think. So take what I think with a grain of salt. All right. Equipment. Yep. Once we beat Consort Radon, his equipment's available here. Yeah. The golden helm worn by Radon in his younger years, proudly displaying his heroic red hair. When Melania, blade of Miquella, left the wrought flower blossom in Aeonia, Radon heard a murmur in her ear. Miquella awaits thee, O promised consort. That's basically what she was whispered in the cinematic trailer for Elden Ring way back when. So people kept wondering what she said, and that's what she said, apparently. Yep. And from the Elden Beast, we can get America's Hammer, a very fun weapon. I do like it. It's one of my favorites. But it's mostly a strength, faith weapon, so it's not the best in our hands. But I still like it. Goldbreaker is awesome. It's really fun. Yeah, Stonehammer made in lands of the Numen, outside the lands between. The tool with which Marika shattered the Elden Ring and Radagon attempted to repair it. This hammer partially broke upon shattering the ring, becoming the splinters with rune fragments. In the land of the Numen, outside the lands between. Maybe the lands where the Hornsent people were at, it's the land of Numen? Maybe. Because Marika, I think one of these items says Marika was from, hold on, I think it's Overrun of the Runes. Where is it? Numen's Rune. The Numen are said to have come from outside the lands between and are in fact the same stock as Marika herself. So I think so if Marika is the shamans of the Hornsent people, I think the Numen is the name of her people from the land of, and I think the land is also called Numen. So I think the shamans, Marika's shaman people, are the Numen people. So because this says right here, the Numen are said to have come from outside lands between. That's where the Hornsent people were at, which was then, separated from the lands between by Marika. And it says you are in fact the same stock as Queen America herself. So that right there, at least to me, links America. Well, it links the name of the Newmans to the America's people, the shamans. So yeah. Yep. And here, Sacred Relic Sword, the sword the Elden Beast used. Yep. Sword wrought with the remains of a god who should have lived a life eternal. Yeah. Thoughts on what the weapon pertains are many and varied. Some consider it the mark of a great sin or a sign of great devastation. Something it's the end of an age, while others the beginning. Yep. A wave of gold, yep. Mostly Dex, faith weapon. It'd be excellent in our hands. Yeah. Yeah, and this is basically, it's a very good weapon. It has a higher than average critical hit multiplier for a great sword. I think it's one of the longer reaching great swords, if I remember right. Yeah. So it's a very powerful weapon. These are very powerful. Remembrance of a god and a lord. Yep. 2 weapons and an incantation. Yep. Lord. Because they have the same text. Youth, a pair weapon decorated with line main motif. These were in his possession immediately before his triumph over the stars. The swords of a lord who do not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. Yep. The lord has the Promised Consort, which is the attack combo. Actually, Consort Radon does the same combo that this Ashur does in the fight. He'll kind of raise his sword, kind of like cross, and he'll come at you, slashing left and right, and right again, and then kind of twirl around as a little AoE. It's between these two, Lord's probably the quote better one. The Light's Ashur is it's more like a dash attack, really. Like you float in the air for a second, and then you slam forward, bringing down, raise the light in front of you. So, I mean, they're both good. I just think Lord's probably better. Strength of Miquella upon his deific return, wielded as an incantation. Annihilates foes with a pillar of light. Miquella sought to accept all that was and would be, but found one that refused to be embraced. No wonder, as one god and one king consort is all the world needs. Yep. I think the one that refused to be embraced was the tarnished, destined to be Elden Lord. Yep, us, I think. And that last line's kind of, depending on how you interpret it, it's either okay or it's grim. The old world only needs one god, Miquella, and one consort. Well, I get, or maybe it just means, it's either Miquella and Radon or America and whoever and the Elden Lord. Yeah. Either Miquella and Radon or us and America. Although America is a husk of herself, so. Yep. So we can duplicate these if we want. Actually, I probably will, but probably for myself. I don't plan on doing a New Game Plus. At least not on camera, anyway. All right. Let's level up. Another arcane, just cause. All right. Alright, so what ending do I want? I thought I was going to do Frenzy Flame, but I don't know if I actually want to. Nah. You know what? We won't. Yeah, everyone does Frenzy Flame or Ronnie, but we'll do something else. But in order to do something else, we must rid ourselves of the influence of the Frenzy Flame. To do that, we need to come back here to Placidusax's arena. A place beyond time, to use Miquella's needle. Well, I want to cheat fate and avoid becoming Lord of Frenzy Flame. but must be used in the heart of the storm beyond time, said to be found in Faram Azula. Is this? And we shunned ourselves of the frenzy flame. All right. Yeah, we could have done any of the endings. Could have done Frenzy Flame if I wanted to. We can do Ronnie. But you know what? We'll end it as it began. Yeah, we could do Perfect Order, which is Gold Masks. This one's Fia's, the Death Prince. This one is Dung Eater. So take your whatever one you want. But for me, I think we'll end it with just the base ending. You know, the falling leaves tell a story.
The fallen leaves tell a story of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Our seed will look back upon us and recall an age of fracture.
There's Elden Ring. Yep. Created by Miyazaki and Mr. Martin. Yep. Man. Definitely a very good game. It has issues here and there, but overall, yeah. Definitely recommend playing it. Well, the first playthrough, it's just really good. It's really good. I mean, there's so much to do, so many things to explore, places to find, enemies to fight. So that first playthrough is probably going to be the most impactful. The only downside is multiple playthroughs, it gets stale after a while. Well, I wouldn't say stale, but the size of the world kind of plays against itself on multiple playthroughs. But yeah, in that first playthrough, it's awesome. I want to say anything else? Yeah. Now just let the credits roll. So I'll see you when it gets done. All right. Journey 2, basically New Game Plus, but so you say yes, it'll start you in the New Game Plus. Say no, just take you back to the round table. So we'll go no. We'll just go back to the round table. All right. All right. Oh, wait. Got one last thing we gotta do. Yeah, gotta check how much hard runes I got. Yeah, every FromSoft game, I tend to not use the consumable rune or soul island items. But they tend to accumulate in my back pocket, so I'm gonna see how much we have. Let's see. Let me get my calculator out. All right. So we currently have 75,534. Okay.
Now.
I have a few million. I know that for sure. I just don't know how much. All right. There's 12,000. 7. 34. Another 34. 56. 66. 67. 63. We'll not do that one. 136,000. Jesus, man. Oh, man. Almost 200,000. Jeez. Another 106. 225. 150. Another 150. 60. 80. That's 25. 60. 175. 250. These are the ones from the DLC. So, ooh, I have another 112 in back stock. That's another, 50,000 in back stock, give or take, 5,000. So, yeah. 97, 80, 112, 5, 70, 90, 150. Man, we won't use that one either. 100, 160. Well, sure, we'll use this one. And this one might as well. And not going to do any of these because I want to hold on to them. Alright. So that is 3,087,384. 3,011,850 runes. Jeez. Yeah. That's 5 level ups, 5 or 6? Probably 5. Yep, that's 5. All right. All right. And that's it. That's the end of Elden Ring. Oh my god. 150 something episodes, 200 something hours. 319 hours. That includes all the farming for all the items and all that stuff. Jeez. Jesus Christ. So now it's over. Yep. I'll probably start Dark Souls 1 here. I don't know when, but I'll go through the rest of the FromSoft catalog. Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, they're DLCs. Bloodborne, it's DLC. I haven't played Sekiro, so I might actually do that, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, there are a few games I want to play. Because the Onimusha's, they announced a new one for 2026, so I want to play the old ones again. So I'll probably record those as well. It shouldn't take too long. They're not that long of a games, so they're not going to take 300 hours. I'll tell you that. Yeah, that's just the 300 hours. Just very thorough. Grind all the items, and all that stuff. It's just God. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. But those will be for another episode, and I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.